Faith isn't always easy. For many, it's a journey filled with questions and doubts. I want to share my own wrestling match with belief with God, and with the stories I was raised to accept without question. I still believe in a creator. When I look at the vastness of the universe, the complexity of life, I can't shake the feeling that there's something greater behind it all. But the traditional narratives? Those have become complicated for me. What kind of father sends his only son to die? We're told this is love, that this is sacrifice, that this makes God good. But would we call any earthly father good if he did this? And then there's the Garden of Eden. Why forbid knowledge? If I truly loved someone, wouldn't I want them to grow, to learn, to become the fullest version of themselves? What if we've been looking at this story all wrong? We're told Satan is the master deceiver, right? What if that deception was bigger than we imagined? What if the figure we've been taught to worship wasn't who we think he was? What if the ultimate deception was Satan presenting himself as our savior? I know this sounds radical, to not just tempt people away from God, but to have them worship him while thinking they're worshiping God. It would explain so much, wouldn't it? Why the message sometimes feels off, why certain teachings don't align with what we'd expect from perfect love. I'm not saying I have all the answers. My faith feels broken, yes. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe breaking is the first step toward building something more authentic, something more real. I'm learning that seeking truth might be more faithful than blind acceptance. Maybe the real sin isn't questioning, but refusing to question. So where does this leave me? I'm still seeking, but I'm doing it with my eyes open, with my mind engaged, with my heart honest about what doesn't add up. If you're wrestling with similar questions, know that you're not alone. Sometimes the most faithful thing we can do is admit when something doesn't feel right and have the courage to keep seeking. The truth isn't fragile. If it's really truth, it can handle our questions.